Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paper Guy.
I'm Mr. Magazine.
And it's the Hump Day Happy Hour salute. And it's always like it's your first rodeo. It's crazy. I think that shot kind of knocked him out today.
Horrible.
We had Elijah Craig.
It was really bad.
It did hit me pretty hard there.
I think it went sour or something's going on there, yeah. Something's up.
It was not good. It was not good. So we got a few people in the house to kick us off.
We have the lovely Lori is number one, of course. Lovely Dawn, delightful Dawn's number two.
Wait, she wants to be called Dastardly. She's giving her
all right, Dastardly Dawn. Okay, I like delightful, but how about delightly Dastardly Dawn?
Okay,
Triple D. We can go Triple D. Well, all right. Well, the type of stuff I sell, we may not want to say that.
That's true too.
Totally Thomas in the house.
You must be terrific, Tom. Everybody's
all right, fine. Everyone's got it's their show all of a sudden.
For all.
Terrific Tom. Isn't that like Tom Seaver? Tom Seaver. Tom Seaver. All right, terrific Tom.
That's what he was.
Ferocious. It's okay to say ferocious feral girl in the house.
She has not chosen any other name.
Marvelous Michael. Jazzy Jeff until otherwise. I want to say awesome Aaron's here. I don't know, for whatever reason, he thinks we don't know how to pronounce his name. And Juicy Jim's in the house.
There we go. All righty. What a start. What a start. All right. Well, we're going to start the show off like we always do. A train wreck.
Yeah.
How about sales, Mr. Magazine?
Well, Lucky Lee's in the house. I want to get that out of the way first. Let's not talk about sales unless we're talking about Amazon sales and my website, because eBay is horribly off the chart. Worst it's been in years. Consistently bad days, 4 or 5 days in a row now. I don't know what's going on. I hope it's not just me, but it's really bad. Yeah, my lowest sales from pre-COVID, consistently 4 bad days in a row. So,
wow.
How about you?
You said Amazon is doing well?
Amazon's average. It's down a little bit, but it's consistent. I'm happy with average. I'm happy with that. Happy with website. Happy with the DVD site. I'm not happy with eBay. So I made a decision. We're pulling employees off of listing on eBay. We're putting them on Amazon and the website because that's where more money's coming in right now. So we got to go with what works.
And I know you have no idea what we're talking about tonight as our main topic.
Do I ever?
No, well, that's kind of half the fun of it.
Yeah.
But you basically are hitting into the main topic already somewhat.
Right,
so it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting there.
Triple J saying hello. All right. And
hello. That's the way you say that.
Popular Purple's in the house. How's it going? Marvelous Mike.
Sales have been great today, but overall a little bit slow.
Yeah, rub it in.
Wow.
What is going on?
Good, great.
Maybe it's me. Or maybe Lori and I.
Terrible.
All right, there we go. Not that I want to see terrible, but I don't want it to be me. I want misery wants company, all right?
It's not you, it's me. And weekend sales are good for me. Then nothing on Monday, then good yesterday, then one today.
See, for me, weekends are garbage. Like Sunday on eBay is horrible. Every Sunday, the last 3 Sundays.
Well, that ties into the excuse of the week, though. It was Mother's Day. And I expected Mother's Day to be terrible. And I was not disappointed. It was absolutely terrible.
It was terrible, yeah. Yep.
But enough about having to talk to my mother.
I was going to say talking to my wife, but okay, yeah. All right, sales are flatline. Yep. Awesome Art's in the house.
The bad joke writers go, I'm not on strike. There you go, the flipping. Neither am I. What luck. So the bad jokes will keep coming.
Marvelous Merity's in the house. Beautiful Barbara. How's it going? Howdy back to you. And I'm going to say awesome Eric, but, you can come up with whatever you want.
Things are cyclical. Keep a stiff upper lip.
All right.
There you go.
Sales up and down like my marriage. And
where is this coming
popular
from?
puddings. It's a damn shot.
Truth elixir. I'm getting ready for Christmas. Repricing should be done by July, and I'm stocking up on shipping supplies. Nice.
I really think people think we do like 5 shots and say we do 1 because it's just too silly.
Where's a couple of lightweights? I think that's what it comes down to. My Amazon's okay. Everything's okay. eBay is okay. I'm actually making some pretty good sales on eBay. Not like, not a lot of items, but the dollar amount's a little bit higher for me.
That's good, yeah.
Except nobody's paying.
Well, it's funny because my manager said the same thing. He goes, oddly, sales are down on eBay, but our items sold daily is around average. So we're about 250 to 300 sales orders daily, which you would think it'd be lower, but that's because we got the DVD marketplace kicking in. We got the website kicking in and Amazon. So all those are doing their job. It's just eBay's late right now.
Yeah. I sold a few items yesterday, some a little bit higher priced items, and then all of a sudden I'm looking and going, these people haven't paid for these items yet.
No.
So I don't know what's
welcome
going
to
on
my
with that.
world. You know what I'm talking about. And 1987's in the house. How's
Oh,
it
it's
going?
been a while. Welcome, 1987. Welcome. Yeah. So overall, like I said, sales are okay if people would pay. That would definitely help.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if I sold everything in my store and didn't pay for it. That doesn't really do me any good.
Don is right. I could tell you some stories about Drunken Mr. Magazine. You guys would think a lot differently of me, but
I wouldn't.
You've probably seen me, so there you have it.
A couple of other things there promoted last week.
Roseanne Barr is in the house, and I think she thinks I'm like Sylvester Stallone. I will take that any day of the week. Our buddy flying.
You take Frank Stallone.
All right, well, that is true. I will take Frank Stallone. Flying disc contractors in the house. How's it going?
Now promoted 21 out of 48, so it's down under 50% there. However, and this is the scariest numbers that I've reported to you the entire time. The offers report 113 offers that I can make to watchers. If you remember back a couple of weeks ago, I had 3 straight weeks that were at roughly 150.
Yeah.
You go back 2.5, 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I was at 200. I'm at
For the week?
113. Yeah, 200 offers I can make.
I was usually around 200 daily. Now I'm at about 125 daily.
Yeah.
So something's going on. Now, were you the one that told me that eBay's international search engines aren't working? Because
No, the regular search engines aren't working.
Yeah,
people are saying
it's more than that. Yeah.
And people are saying that I know my international sales, I think I've sold 2 items, one of which got paid for, the other one which is not in the last week. So my international sales are in the toilet too.
There you go. Me too.
Local Mike here. Hey, Local Mike. Pick up anything at Avon. 1 copy of them, only 1. I picked up 3 and left the other one for you. So yeah, only 113 offers, 39 old. That is putrid. I think that really is putrid because usually there's like I said, 150, 160 for me. 113 is bad.
Jackie Stallone.
Jackie Stallone. Nice.
We got to hang out for Halloween.
Nice. Did sell 2 items on $1 Million Peddlers and 3 items on Etsy, including 1 item, a Lancaster, Pennsylvania newspaper from 1963 that mentioned the unfortunate assassination of John F. Kennedy. Sold for $16.23. Why do I mention this, Mr. Magazine?
Yep.
Because I offered it to everybody out there on Whatnot for $3, and everybody said, we're not going to buy this for $3. You're making me list the stuff on Etsy and it's selling.
That's why I didn't know.
So if you haven't checked out the Whatnot auctions, check them out. This isn't garbage that I'm selling over. There is stuff that I know will sell. I'm just giving you money. But alas, I have to make it myself.
Good for you.
Broke my personal best sales week and Whatnot last week. Whoa.
Pretty impressive.
That is impressive for him. I did too. I sold 3 items.
And they were all mine.
That's true. So the same vintage coat 5 times no payment.
To 5 different buyers. Something's going on if it's 5 different buyers.
Now that's a record. I think the most you've had is like 3. Yeah. 5 is a record. Wow. That's insane.
Congrats to FTC.
That is insane.
No,
it's the real
people
Roseanne.
Actually like me sometimes, Don. Sorry.
It's the real Roseanne Barr too. That's the craziest thing about it.
Love it.
How about any buys? Now, let me preface this before Mr. Magazine talks out of school. Mr. Magazine and I are working on a buy. We're teaming up with a third party on a buy. Should be going through this weekend, early next week. Pretty excited about it. Should be able to do
six-figure deal.
Should be able to do a video about it and all that. Don't want to jinx it, but there's something in the works. We'll say that. So that should be good.
It should be official. If anything else, nothing should change it, but you never know. Once it's official by Friday or Monday, we'll have some good story for Wednesday.
Yep, good story for Wednesday, hopefully, and we will hopefully do a video about that as well. So that out of the way. Any other buys, Mr. Magazine?
Let's see. So Aaron came by with Dan a couple days ago. Let's see. We went to 3 different locations for deals. Again, This in the last 3 weeks, I think he's gone to 6 locations in the
Wow.
country. A lot of adult magazines, adult DVDs, all kinds of stuff. But big money to be made. We had to clear out room in the container. It was probably 300 plus boxes. Other deals in the works. Some we're going to try and he's got connections all over the country now, working it through. So we got another deal in Manhattan. It's a big one coming up. So just keep plugging away.
Nice.
In the meantime, we got people coming in the shop every day for something or other. Today was like Pawn Stars. We were waiting in line. It was crazy, but I like it. I enjoy it.
Wow.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm glad you asked. A couple of things. I did go to my day job, and I'm not going to miss my day job, 43 weeks, 2 days. But who's counting? However, I was out over Williamson, New York, again on Thursday, and driving back, I saw a Heritage Village Museum sale. So I went there, and they were reasonably priced on books. So I bought a bunch of books that I'll be bringing over to Whatnot sometime soon. Got some pretty good prices on books. Do check out the book auctions if you haven't already. Every Thursday, although not tomorrow, but every other Thursday, they're up. So some good books I picked up there. Then Friday, my day job took me out to Attica, New York. Attica. And I stopped at the thrift store over in Batavia and bought some books that I will be bringing to Whatnot. So I'm noticing a trend about when I'm out there. Now that I've been selling books on there, I know what people like to buy.
Yeah.
And I'm not making a lot of money on them, but I'm making money on them, and I'm there anyway. That's the way I look at it. I would just happen to stop at the thrift store. I'm in the store. Heck, if I can buy something for $1 and move it for $3 after fees, I'm making 50 cents or something.
Yeah,
but still, I'd rather bring it to the people out there and get you guys something, because the odds of you guys being in Batavia, New York, aren't real high. And if you are, you did something wrong in life. That's a whole other story. 6 figs, yeah. And then I went to Avon. I did meet Local Mike and talked to him for a little while over there. Did pick up some comic books, some other things. The find of the week, item of the week. I did find that over there. So I spent $90. So I picked up some nice stuff. And big news, I will be going tomorrow with Mrs. Paperboy over to the Springfield, Ohio Antique Show and Flea Market. Mrs. Paperboy will be doing filming over there, and everybody liked her filming at Allentown, so I put her in charge. She made the mistake of doing a good job, which means she's going to have to do it from now on. That's why Mr. Magazine never has me do anything. I've never made that mistake.
That's from a lower point of view.
That yes, it is. As a matter of fact, it is. She's a lot closer to the table there, and all these beautiful pictures of everything. So I will be going out there. I will be out there Friday and Saturday. Stop up and say hi to me if you see me wandering around. Should have some really good haul videos. Hopefully you got some really good videos out there. Should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. See what I find. I haven't had an eBay Bucks offer in a while. Now they have not. I've not had one in 2 or 3 years. I know Mr. Magazine has gotten 1 or 2. He spends at a little different level than the rest of us because he's big balling. Let's see. A couple of other things. We'll head on into glitch of the week. Got a few of them. The thumbnail photo is not showing on eBay when I could make an offer to a watcher. I don't know if you ever bring that up, but yet like 1 or 2 pictures were not showing up.
It's weird.
And the thumbnail over there. So that's good. First time I've seen a picture issue in a while. Now, per e-commerce bites, on Monday, eBay had a lot of glitches, a ton of glitches. People were having a lot of trouble searching on their phone, buying on their phone. They couldn't find items to bid on items on their phone.
That's crazy.
So, but they were saying that was really hitting the mobile users. But again, I think we looked a few years ago and it was like half of the users are on mobile.
Yeah.
So if half the people can't access the auctions on Monday and can't access the stuff on Monday, that could explain part of the problem too.
Sure.
And you and I basically exclusively use the computer.
Right.
So we wouldn't be aware of the issues on the phones at all. Yep. A couple of Mr. and Mrs. Paperboy doing their thing. Hey now.
Oh, gross.
Hey now.
I'm not buying that video. Awesome Unique is in the house. We could also say AAA.
You could.
Yeah,
you could.
If you like AAA, let me know. I like AAA. We're Awesome Unique. Lovely Linda's in the house. Finally made it. Isn't there a song like that? We finally made it.
Looks
Sing it.
like we made it. Now we're getting a copyright violation.
Oh, no, not when you sing.
Another thing I noticed on the few offers to watchers I have, I don't know, did you notice this? It happened this morning. Did you make offers to watchers this morning?
I think I did, yeah.
Did you notice it was slightly off-center?
I did not notice.
It's clipped on the left-hand side. Usually there's a border, that big of a border.
Mm-hmm.
It's clipped almost up, almost like the whole page is off to the side a little bit. It's like really, really weird looking.
I would think, as dumb as I am, I would have noticed that, but who knows? I could have been half asleep at 3 a.m.
And then I was doing an eBay search to buy. I got the following thing that returned to me trying to buy something. Invalid preferred item location. Please refer to the documentation and provide a valid preferred item location. Include local only items has been dropped as the request is not eligible for local only items. I was not searching for local items, just to let you know.
Me at local.
So, but if I'm having an error like that on my search,
a lot of people,
it's dropping up. Yeah, an invalid preferred item location. I didn't adjust anything. And I had just searched something else and it came up fine. I just changed my search term and it came up with that error. So if I'm having errors like that, I'm sure other people are. Amazon had a glitch, which Mr. Magazine and I both got the email about. On May 10th, we received an email that informed you about charges or credits from the carrier. The email was correct. We just never took or credited the money. Like, oh, okay. And have you been buying anything lately on, you don't use PayPal to buy, do you?
Sometimes I have money in there, but not lately.
Because I got notification from PayPal on Tuesday that payments went through on things that I bought on Sunday. I just got notification today, Wednesday, that payments went through for things that I bought on Monday. So it's taken 2 days to get the notification email from PayPal.
Yeah.
An extra 2 days. Usually it comes in right away. Yeah. But the winner this week for Glitch of the Week, Amazon with a rare win. Sunday, going to log into Amazon. Did you notice any problems when you were logging in at like 4 o'clock in the morning?
That I'm aware of.
My virus software would not allow me to log in. It kept finding a phishing attack on the login page of Amazon. And I tried to access it like 3 or 4 different ways. And every time it was a phishing attack.
Piranhas?
I believe so, or Barracuda. Every single time it was a phishing attack. So I came back like 20 minutes later and it was fine. So obviously my hat's off to Amazon for actually fixing it at 4 o'clock in the morning, Eastern. But yeah, it was getting a little scary because I just could not log in and I'm going, geez, and it wouldn't even let me log in. Right. So I guess that's good. But I wonder the people that don't have antivirus. So
locked everyone out at that particular time.
My antivirus did.
Yeah.
Oh, the queen of the triple entendre. That was intentionally G-rated. There you go.
Omar's in the house. How's it going?
Okay, yep. So people are noticing that there with that.
Happy with purple?
The clip, yeah. Okay, so people are noticing the clip. Yeah, so they're obviously changing things around on the page. If they're clipping that, they change something on the page for some reason.
And we got Juicy Jeff's in the house as well.
A couple of other one site change over here. Whatnot is now allowing tipping, so you can tip if you want to tip.
I mean, if someone spends $1 with you, how much you really expect to get a tip out of
20%.
Oh, all right. Every little bit helps.
There you go.
Just like with the flying FTC.
Hit the like button to appreciate it. And they also now will be back charging people if because you put in your shipping weights. If you're consistently putting in the wrong weights, in other words, I'm putting 2-pound things as weighing 8 ounces. They'd been eating the costs all the way through because, of course, the buyer is only charged at 8 ounces because that's what I put it in for. Now they're going to back charge the seller, which just makes sense because obviously, they could give me an advantage if I sit there. If I say everything weighs 2 ounces and it really weighs 2 pounds.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. So now at least
it's only with Whatnot, not with any other platform.
Just Whatnot. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. But Whatnot had been eating it all along. Yeah. So I'm thinking, definitely thinking.
FTC got 15 in tips today. Nice. I'm assuming and Whatnot, and I'm not on there very often at all. But if you're buying something cheap and you get a great deal, you're more likely to tip than if you think you're paying full price on something or a higher price.
I would think so. Yeah. Like if you were able to buy a for $3 a Lancaster, Pennsylvania newspaper that could sell for 16
You
cents.
tip
So you would think so.
at least 50 cents.
It'll like watch 2 times speed to catch up. There you go.
Nice.
So I talk like this the whole time.
God.
But a bunch of print ads. Same issues you guys had. Okay, yep. You can buy print ads for me every Tuesday over on Whatnot. Every other lot is print ads.
And super selling with Alice is in the house.
My Paper Goes Cup is very patriotic. There you go. Selling with Alice. Hello.
Oh.
There you go.
You're a real American hero.
There you have G.I. Joe.
Well, if Whatnot is turning into OnlyFans, guess who's going to be the biggest subscriber?
Biggest bust.
Okay. I'm going to have to start watching.
There'll be a bust on there because nobody wants to see me. Item of the week. So, does not look like much because I can't find it. That's how little it looks like anything. Look at that, Mr. Magazine. I think this has seen better days.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Bought this at the flea market.
Mm-hmm.
I think when I got it all down to it, I paid about 50 cents for it.
Wow.
It is very, very bad condition
Frail.
as far as frail. There you go. But that's what it looks like. It is Volney's Ruins, or Meditation of the Revolution of Empires from 1833. Now, I always have mentioned, do not worry about condition. This is an 1833 book. It's been through a lot. It's Volney's Ruins. It's been ruined as far as that goes. So 50 cents, you never pass something like this up. Believe it or not, even in this condition, this is about a $100 book. Even in this condition, Mr. Magazine.
Wow.
I did a little bit of research on it.
Okay.
Why don't you read the top thing right? Just read the big part there.
How does Volney's work appear in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein? Interesting.
So when the Frankenstein monster was hiding, this is one of the books. It may have been this. Actually, it may have been this exact issue. Now that you look at it,
That book was hiding in the garbage.
Frankenstein found this book, and it's in the novel. And Frankenstein mentions, these wonderful narrations inspired me with strange feelings. Was man indeed at once so magnificent, yet so vicious and base? I heard of the division of property, of immense wealth, descent, and noble blood. So now I have to do is figure out how to get the Frankenstein reference into this book when I list it.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, that little bit of research that I did right there, noting that it was in Frankenstein, might make it a $150 book instead of a $100 book.
Yeah, for sure.
Using that keyword.
Yeah.
And it's a legitimate keyword. So that's where research pays off for you as well on something or other like that. So pretty happy to find that book, pretty happy to do the research on it. And again, if you can find books from 1833 for 50 cents a piece, as a general rule, buy them. So buy the bubonic plague, and that was just at the flea market.
Exactly.
I do the bad jokes here. Making bank on shipping. Eating is the least they can do.
Nice news in the house. How's it going?
And I may be seeing New to You Provisions in Ohio this week. He's already sent me some stuff that he wants to sell me, so we're negotiating. That's good. 30%. No, you actually get 100% of the tip. 100% over there. Yes, I do. Oh, thank you, Don. Lord can only hear some Mr. Magazine says hi to me. There you go.
Juicy Jackass is in the house until we come up with a better name. Everyone's starting their own nicknames now, so whatever you like, just let me know. Change it up a little bit.
Now we'll head on into insulting offer of the week. I don't know about clever. Mr. Magazine's in charge of it. All right, we're in an insulting offer of the week. I may win this week, actually.
It's about time.
Well, you didn't send me hardly anything. You weren't doing your job.
Yeah, I wasn't. It was just nothing really bad. It was really bothering me. I sent you a few. Trying to counter on something, screws up some sales, but it's not working too well. Some here, some there.
So I had a piece of original art from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Wow, nice.
They had a comic strip in Britain.
Okay.
So it's a piece of original comic strip art. I'm asking $225, which I thought was fair for
that. Absolutely.
Guy offered me $80, and of course it is free shipping, which I think I paid $80 for it, so I'm certainly not going to take that. I had a Boston Record American newspaper with Ted Williams on the cover. I got a $15 offer. Now, the funny thing about it, and free shipping, et cetera, funny thing about it is a month ago or so, I turned down the exact same offer from the exact same guy with the exact same verbiage that he put in there. I'm making this offer due to condition. I hope we can reach a deal.
Sure.
So I commented back to him that I turned down the offer a month ago at this price. Since then, my cost of supplies has gone up. So I'm actually making less money and postage is going up soon.
Right.
So if he makes me the same offer a month from now, I'll be making even less money and less likely to take it. So trying to get him to get more.
Yeah.
And selling offer of the week, flea market, a 1964 GI Joe doll and Foot Locker, price of $75. Offer me $20. He couldn't use the ban here. He one of those chase him around the flea market with it.
You ban him with the GI Joe doll. Listen.
Yeah, wise guy. I had a Lyceum Theater program, January 1904, Wizard of Oz, including Ethel Barrymore was in the cast.
Wow.
Great. Was it the great grandma or great grandma of Drew?
Yeah.
Asking $58 free shipping, got a $25 offer on it. There is no world in which I'm taking that on a Wizard of Oz piece from them.
Crazy.
Mr. Magazine had one this week.
That's it. I'm really not doing my job.
2014 Chrome Refractor Billy Hamilton. He was asking $20. The person offered him $1.25 on it. And those have free shipping too, don't they?
Well, that's the guy that thought I offered it to him.
Then he said to Mr. Magazine, you offered it to me for $1.25. And as I emailed Mr. Magazine back, well, then he should have taken it, shouldn't he?
Exactly.
And I told Mr. Magazine to contact the guy back and say, well, I'm sorry, that was a one-time offer. I can't do that anymore. I was just trying to do it.
You snooze, you lose, or lie. You lie, you lose.
Head on over into customer issues. Mr. Magazine had a foreign customer for diecast. And Mr. Magazine himself was doing the invoicing. And you must have invoiced this guy 3 or 4 times. And the guy continued to say the price was coming out wrong. Price was coming out wrong. Price was coming out wrong. Mr. Magazine, it happens once. You say, well, maybe you hit the wrong number.
Yeah.
By the 3rd or 4th time you're invoicing the guy, all we could figure out is it must have been something or other like a customs fee or something like that
or whatever
included on there, or VAT, something like that. And it's like nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
We're not eating the shipping.
Exactly.
If you offered us $30 or $20 shipping, we're invoicing you $50. If you're getting charged $62, we don't have anything at all to do with the extra.
Marvelous Memphis in the house.
I saw Bucky's bumper stickers at $3.99 each. The label shows the retail price at $1.48, which is my cost. Guy offered $1.48. There you go. Well, hopefully that's when you check out what he's selling, and when he's selling Golden Age comic books with the 10-cent cover price, you offer him 10 cents.
5 cents. Yeah.
Well, you offer what he paid. You come on.
All right.
Don't try to rip him off too bad.
Awesome. Amazon's in the house.
Mr. Magazine had a customer contact eBay customer support for an item he didn't get after he had already been refunded on it. So I'm not exactly sure what he wanted. A double refund? I don't know.
I think attention.
Mr. Magazine had a silver Hot Wheels Speed Demons 1/64 scale.
Yep.
He got a message, and I'm going to read the message from the buyer. I'm interested in the 2 Speed Demons. So he must have had 2 of them.
Yep.
I'm interested in the 2 Speed Demons Diora, but they left my monkeys. How can we do it?
Now, if he said it, I lost my marbles, then it would make a little more sense.
Let me repeat. I'm interested in the 2 Speed Demons Diora, but they left my monkeys. How can we do it? I'm not often flummoxed.
He bought them. He eventually bought them.
He must have found his monkeys.
He found the monkey. Yeah.
He found the monkeys. That's all.
I mean, it only makes sense.
Shock the monkey. Ow.
Wow. Good stuff.
They're very good things. Best offers. Oh, on Monday, and this would actually make sense now that e-commerce bite said things were down. I had no best offers that I could make on Monday from 7 a.m. till 3 p.m. No offers to watchers on Monday. And that was the day that everything was down. So obviously, and I hadn't put 2 and 2 together until I read this part of this, because it's not like I do any prep work either. And one of our subscribers was actually talking to me. Do you remember a little while ago, you were trying to sell something to somebody locally and have them pay you locally, and then eBay said, no, everything has to go through eBay?
Correct, yes. Yeah.
He actually accepts checks and was able to find somewhere or other in the agreement where you are allowed to accept checks if the seller wants to use a check.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because I said, "Are you sure you're allowed to do that?" And he said, "Yeah, I found in the seller agreement you're allowed to
Oh,
accept checks."
cool.
I said,
All right.
"Okay."
Very cool.
So I cannot remember the last check that I got. It had to be 4 years for it to go. But
I would think something of high value, say a $5,000 check, you have to be able to scan it, send it to eBay, just some proof of that. So I would say so.
right,
You need something to fall back on.
$5 offer and a $15 print ad. They eferentially accepted a $9 offer. My third counter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Third time's a charm.
You have more patience than I do, Don. I don't like to play that back and forth with people, but I ain't selling the offer of the week. My husband threw a TV guide in the bed and asked me to call him Mr. Magazine. I can't remember the TV dinner remote control. Nice.
Very impressive.
Nice.
Very impressive. I'm jealous.
So there's the Amazon sent out an email. There is the new U.S. Informed Consumers Act, which imposes new requirements for sellers. And I think you got it as well. Do not be surprised if Amazon reaches out to you if you sell on there, and eBay will at some point as well if they haven't already. You have to prove your address. You have to prove your identity, your bank account, all that stuff. And I think we've kind of all done that along the way as well. The one thing the email said is you may need recertification annually.
Gotcha.
So they may send you out something that you click on to say, I attest that nothing has changed, and send it back type deal. Imagine if you if you have got an ID and you look different in it now than you did before.
Exactly.
Do you know anybody like that, Mr. Magazine?
I do know that person.
Poor guy.
Age is a horrible thing.
It is. Used to be handsome, I heard. Mr. Magazine did me a big favor, and we'll let him talk about it a little bit. So you had it was accidental, I'm sure. You met with JSA.
I did. And like the last time, they said they would be able to do all my items. I said, well, we got a lot of celebrity stuff, a lot of adult stuff, a lot of Playboy stuff, photos and center photos. No problem. We'll figure it all out. I think they just want to get a foot in the door because they knew I had some, a lot of Mantle stuff, Mickey Mantle stuff. So that's, an upcharge. Those are expensive to authenticate. So they did all the expensive stuff. They did all the sports stuff, the baseballs, some of the celebrity stuff like the obvious. And then they left me again with hundreds and hundreds of photos that were not done, and including an signed Anne Rice book that you gave me.
I was just going to say, on the positive side, and you may have seen me bring it up a couple of months ago over as the item of the week, a signed Anne Rice book that I found out at a sale. The positive is it is real, according to JSA.
Yeah.
The negative is they didn't give us any certification on it. They didn't do any of the stuff they're supposed to do. He basically, according to Mr. Magazine, just looked at it and goes, yeah, that's real, and put it off to the side.
Yeah, I think what they do is I think they tried and do it 2 full days. They couldn't do 2 full days, so they didn't have the manpower or the people on the other end of the phone that would tell them all the celebrity authentication and all that jazz. So I think they want to get it done in 1 day. So if that's the case, they started weeding out the obvious. So there might have been, out of 200 photos, 10 that, Britney Spears, they don't think it's real. They didn't check. He just looks visually, and he's not an expert, which is funny because he's a baseball sports expert. And they send out the celebrities.
And the Anne Rice expert.
Yeah, exactly. But there was a few like, oh, this isn't real, that's not real. No letter for it. He didn't charge me for it, which is good. The same thing with the Anne Rice. They probably looked at like, well, who's gonna forge an Anne Rice book? He goes with the obvious, goes with the odds, and most likely it's real. He just told me verbally that it's real.
Yeah. So I've got that. I've got that going for me.
Yeah.
And when you sell a book in less than 2 minutes, it was probably too cheap. Yeah, you probably left a little money.
If it's not a common book, if it's a common book, you can probably see what others are selling for.
Yeah, that's true. If it's like the
if
hot new bestseller,
unique,
and you just happen to sell it, just get rid of it. Quite a few heads when I was younger. Now I just knock over displays at the dollar store.
You and me both.
Oh, nice. And then a little update and follow up. I was stressing a little bit last week because Heritage was making me update my reseller, my sales tax certification.
Okay.
They accepted it. So I'm off the hook for 3 more years. And in 3 years, I have to do it again. Every 3 years, you have to update it. So no problem. Dodged a bullet there. And again, those are the things that I know we've mentioned before that I absolutely hate, because the best possible scenario is you're in the same boat you started in. Oh, yeah, they'll accept it.
Right.
There's no other possible positive things. All righty, we are flying today, which is fine. I got a 6-hour drive tomorrow, so I'm fine with that.
Hold on, Don. That's something very important to say.
Hit the like button
There
with
you
your
go.
butt. There you go. The main topic. Now, Mr. Magazine kind of touched on it a little bit, so he's got a bit of a clue as to what we're talking about.
Without even knowing.
What I put down, Mr. Magazine, and I want your opinion on it.
Okay.
Should you write off 2023 and start preparing for 2024? Your thoughts.
Well, I guess it depends on who you are. Me, on the other hand, I have mouths to feed, employees to pay, warehouses to pay for. So I got to make a change now. I can't just ride eBay into the ground and keep going with eBay. So we're doing an audible here. Taking a lot of my listers off eBay and we're putting them on Amazon and the website because that's where it seems more money's coming in right now. So we're going to go with what's working for us now. It doesn't mean eBay is bad. Anything unique, say the JSA autographs. If you have a celebrity,
Or
athlete,
Rice.
we're still putting the better, more unique stuff or less competitive stuff on eBay because we're also going to put that anyways. So we're still doing that, but I got one person listing photos on there, $10, $20 photos, stopping that. Someone selling cheaper cards, stopping that, because if they're not buying $10, $20, $30 items, $100, they're not going to buy $10 cards. If they're going to want to pay $2 for them at this point. So we're doing a little less with eBay, more with Amazon and the website because that's where it's at for us right now. That's where we're trending. Yeah. So.
Well, the reason why I brought this up as a topic is Mr. Magazine had mentioned earlier in the week, even before the live show, how it was trending towards one of the worst weeks he's had in a long, long time on eBay. Just things were terrible.
Consistently, right now it's been 4 or 5 super low days, where you'd have one here and then a good day. We're not even having good days at this point. And I have everything on sale. It's weird because the first day I didn't put my sale back on. So say go back 4 days, was that Sunday? So I didn't have my sale on
Which
then.
was Mother's Day.
Right. It might have even been Saturday, whatever it was. It might have been Saturday. So I'm like, well, that makes sense. It's my own fault. I didn't put the sale on. Well, now I put the sale on, same amount of orders.
Monday
and
had the glitches.
Right. So and then you had Mother's Day, Monday the glitches. So but now you got Tuesday and Wednesday's doing better today. So we're getting a little better. Tuesday was a little better. Today's gonna be better. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's gonna be back to where it was. If not, we have a game plan.
Well, and the other reason why I brought this up is Mr. Magazine and I watch one of our competitors, and again, I use that word loosely. And I would say his average ticket price, he charges shipping. His average ticket price with shipping is probably $14, something other like that. And he's doing well. I will say he is moving a lot of stuff. And it kind of ties back into the thing we had done a few weeks ago as well, the show we had done a few weeks ago, that middling is not where you want to be, that the low end stuff seems to be what's selling. It's kind of tied in with the Allentown Paper Show. It'll be interesting to see what Springfield show has, if it's a lot of low stuff that people are offering out there. But he's selling 60 some items and I'm selling 40 on eBay and he's selling 60. That being said, and this has really caught my attention because I just ordered a bunch of supplies the other day. The price of supplies is definitely going up.
It is surprising.
Yes, it is. Definitely going up. I mean, Life Magazine bags are up quite a bit from where they used to be. And it's not just that. A lot of different things are up. And that kind of got me looking at his sales and looking at his plan, because if he's charging on average $14 an item is what he's getting out of it. And I know he's paying $1, $2 for the items, what he's paying for it. But then you start adding in increasing supplies.
Right.
He does charge postage, but postage is going up. He's paying a fee on the postage, so on, so on. He seems to be doing a fair amount of work. Now he's moving more product than I am, but he's doing a lot more work to do that.
Question for you.
Yes.
Speaking of supplies, so say we got Life magazines, we got records, wherever you sell them, eBay or Amazon.
Okay.
And they're going to start going for less, common stuff, say $5 to $15. They're selling for less and supplies are going up. What do you ever make the decision where, well, we need cardboard in these sleeves, but do we need the plastic sleeves to put them in? Because there's because we were almost running out of record sleeves, and I go, well, why don't we just put them on $10 or more records and not the $5 ones? Is anyone going to care? Most likely not. And I don't know if it makes a big difference, but if you're going to start, if your profit's starting to shrink, it might be a decision you have to make, because unless you're going to end them and not list them anymore or something like that. So
Yep. John Doe's already working toward Christmas rush. Yep. On that over there.
Yeah. Or yeah.
Yep. And eBay has been great for us in the last week or so. Maybe they turned your faucet off and turned mine on.
Could be.
There you go. Yeah. Did you order the right color?
No. Is it? Super SMPs in the house. How's it going?
But, so that was the thing. And my thought is you don't want to hit your head against the wall. And now you're in a different spot than me. I've got the day job. So not that eBay is necessarily gravy, but it doesn't really matter how much I sell on eBay right now.
Right.
It does matter next year.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get in the position where I'm selling a lot of $14 items. I just don't want to be in that position because, again, you're not making a lot of money. You're spending a lot of time. And right now, trying to balance everything that I'm balancing, time is pretty valuable. Now, I do sell some very low priced items over on Whatnot. Check out the auctions if you haven't already. But I'm also moving product over there quickly. And the other disadvantage that eBay has, I think, in general, and this kind of circles around to something or other that you had said. I know you're not in the Whatnot fan club. And you had mentioned a while ago, well, you're taking time away from eBay, this, that. Why aren't you listing stuff on eBay instead of selling on Whatnot? Because if I could list during the hour that I do the Whatnot auction, if I can list 10 items on eBay, there's no guarantee any of them will sell. True. And not that there's a guarantee anything will sell on Whatnot either, but historically I'm going to end up, putting $70, $80 in my pocket for that hour.
Well, I'm looking at the whole, not just hour, the hour to prep it, the hour for the show, and then the hour for packing. So if you did away with all Whatnot, that's 3 hours. If you put good stuff on, that's there, then I'm sure some will pop.
Hopefully, but what if it doesn't?
Right. Well,
that's my thought. As opposed to, I know that I'm going to be.
You're pretty smart though. But I mean, as far as the brochures, the local stuff, pretty much stuff that has a higher percentage of selling.
See, Dawn's already taken your idea there. She's using 11 by 14 zip bags instead.
I can't believe those are cheaper. That's amazing to me because they're probably more durable.
Right. The only problem I've ever had using those is I'm afraid that because they've got the thing across the top, that got folded over and pushed against the item. That was always, the ones with the actual zipper across the top, as opposed to just
right. Yeah, it has that
little hard piece on it. Yeah, it's funny how everyone's trying to figure this out. I'm trying to head toward the middle more. I'd rather have one $40 sale and two $15 sales. Yeah, no, I agree completely. What I'm seeing is the people with the two $15 sales are making the two. I'm not making the one as often as I'd like. So they might be doing three $15 sales for my one $40 sale.
Well, like I said, with my employees, we got the two that are selling $10 to $20 items, and they're not flying off the shelf. Well, why am I wasting my time paying them? And they're 25 and 40 hours a week. So we're going to take them off and give them higher price items on the platforms that are moving better for us.
And Sandy just said that they're having a hard time getting the bags. Yep. Buying chipboard instead of life-size backer boards because they are sometimes cheaper. So it sounds like everybody out there is at least cutting their expenses. That side of things everybody is doing. Because again, and that's a good idea because you can't really necessarily. My other thought was everybody's trying to goose their sales, so I don't want to bang my head against the wall. I don't want to race to the bottom on my items. A lot of my items are better items, or if not one of a kind, maybe two or three of them are on eBay. Well, I don't really want to sit there and undersell everybody because I'm not selling things that everybody else is selling on that over there.
Well, I can answer that one. Selling with Ellis. Paperweight starts them out low and then sells them for lower.
For lower? Wow. Yes, it's one of those very rare reverse auctions. Yes. I start everything at $3. I just have a standard $3 start over there. That's what I do. So we're listing as we go, clearing out our storage unit. We pay for it to save that money. Consolidate, have a yard sale to get rid of stuff too.
Yeah, a lot of people doing that with the storage. Yeah, those are going up in price too. It's crazy.
Actual zipper on them. Oh, okay. Yep. Because the zipper ones scare me because sometimes I get those and I take those out of there. 97% of sourcing is online. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're definitely a world that I'm not in as far as that goes. Recent about them, pricing higher and promoting higher works better. Nothing wrong with that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Awesome antiquarians in the house. That's all right. Better late than never.
So basically, what I'm doing on it is I'm pricing things knowing that everything is cyclical and knowing that I'm not going to need the money from eBay until 2024 after I retire. Everything I get between now and then, I don't want to say it's gravy, but it's gravy
Right.
as far as that goes. Whether I have a $100 day or a $300 day or a $500 day, I mean, it's, of course, I want every day to be a $500 day.
Sure.
But if they're all $100 days, it's not gonna, I'm not gonna not be able to pay the mortgage.
Right.
After I retire, that might be a different story. So I'm kind of preparing for that, and I'm trying to build up for that, and I'm trying to buy less. Believe that or not, we're trying to buy less.
Very hard.
It's very difficult. Yeah, it is. But
well, it's funny. This one guy keeps coming in with stuff like bulk stuff. I get good deals. I think he gets pallets and stuff that he can't sell. New T-shirts and Star Wars. Stuff that is up my alley. Pillows, blankets, but it's Star Wars or sports. I always bust his chops because he comes in, and I try to explain to him, I don't need this stuff. I really don't. And he may be thinking 100, and I'll come at like some super insulting. I'll go $20, $20. Like, what are you talking about? It's worth $100. I go, yeah, but I don't need it. I go, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you $40 right now. That's the most I'm going to pay. And every time you bicker with me, it's going to go down $1 every second. And then it starts going down to 35. Okay, I'll take it. So it's funny. We got to, give and take. But yeah, it makes it a little fun because, he doesn't mind taking less when we make it fun, I guess, so.
Well, but the other thing too is, and I showed Mr. Magazine before the show, I picked up some autographed comic books. Now it's a very low-end publisher from the 1990s or 80s. I don't know when it was, but they're all these signed comic books. I don't know, 12 of one issue, 12 of another issue, and so on. And the guy had them out on his table for $2 a piece, and a few other comics with it as well. And I looked through the pile, and he goes, "You want those?" And I go, "No." He goes, "What if I told you $10 for the pile?" And there's like 50 comics in it. So I'm paying 20 cents for a signed comic, and they're all bagged and boarded, which is probably worth 10 cents or 12 cents there alone.
Right.
I said, yeah, for that price, I do want them. Of course, now I get the small pile of things to figure out what to do with, but that's one of those.
We got 20, 30 of them for 10. She paid like a quarter a piece roughly.
Yeah, I think I paid 20 cents a piece all in.
What if you saw the artist out and he said, "Could you sign this for me?" and give him a quarter? That's what I paid for your last ones.
I gotta see him set up at a show and a quarter. He'd love that.
Throw 5 cans.
What about 50 magazines for $5? Mostly Life, but some old 17. Oh,
yeah.
So Sassy's a very good buy. Sassy's a very good buy.
Stuff.
Check them for completeness though, and expect on the Sassy the condition is not going to be the best.
I think there's a Brooke Shields when she was young. I think that's a good one. Yeah.
Oh, they are very good. $50 each month for both.
That's brutal.
$250 a month.
Oh,
that's $1,200 a year. Yep. Ouch. And I think every one of us is sitting there noticing cost of everything going up, and it's killed. Collectors are pricing high, but the casual buyer who will pay it 20 feedback or less. Yeah. Well, and we've done plenty of videos about it. Check them out if you haven't already. Talking about the old timers, and a lot of the people are stuck in a time warp. Let's do the time warp again, where they've got it and they always paid $8 a piece for them, and that's the most that they're worth to them, even if the market's changed, and even if it's a rarer issue, or even if they're harder to find because they were buying them for $8 back in 1978, and darn it, that's what they're still paying. And you're trying to explain to them, no, this is almost 45 years later. Yeah, they were common in 1978. Now they're not so common anymore. And it's kind of sometimes a little trying to deal with people and stuff like that.
I'd like to do a time warp to 2 minutes ago and never hear that again.
Wow.
That's just me.
Wow. Citywide yard sales here in my town tomorrow.
Well, even trucking, Aaron's been driving all over the place. I mean, the price of these Penske trucks are just ridiculous. So it's like $2,000 between the truck and some gas. You're going to pay for the gas, but so I had to bite the bullet. I'm buying a new box truck Monday. It's a year old, but it's like new, so it'll keep us, hopefully from renting the Penske's in the future. So
are you buying any extra catalytic converters? Or you're going to just buy them as you need them?
No, but I am buying. I'm having a cage installed the next day, so I'm picking up Monday. They're ordering the cage, so Tuesday they're going to put the cage on, and I want a backup cam. Why not?
Nice. Yeah. Look at you.
Expense everything.
That is very true. And it's legitimate, and because it doesn't do you any good when it's out of order.
Yeah. It's such a lifesaver, the backup cam, especially it's a 20-footer now compared to a 16, so it's even longer than my last one. So it can't hurt.
All righty. So it's been a fun little show over here today. Imagine people are going to be watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show. There you go. A toast. Anyway, We'll head on into the rambling story of the day, of the week.
This is a treat. This is a fresh rambling story from last night.
Oh, I don't
Last
even
night,
know
yeah.
this one.
My kid had a baseball game. It was a late game, a makeup game. It was an hour away, so the game didn't start till almost 8 o'clock. Had to drive an hour away.
Lights, obviously.
Lights,
Okay.
freezing out. And they're playing a team that's not supposed to be very good.
Okay.
You know ahead of time their schedule, who they're playing, their record, and so forth. And so usually the coach will put in the better players. And then this time he put in a pitcher that wasn't so good because we want to save the better pitchers for the postseason.
Okay.
The playoffs. So he put, this, let's say, number 5 pitcher in against this team that wasn't very good. Well, they started getting hits. And I think the families were getting so excited. They had a father there. Okay. And for whatever reason, they had a couple good innings. And this father would say, roast beef. He just kept saying it. And I look back and big, scary guy. You don't want to mess with this guy. And he's roast beef. And it's really annoying. And they were winning. And we were down, I think, 6 runs at one point. And then we made a pitching change, settled down. And I think it was a tie game a few innings later. And he's still going roast. Didn't even matter who was at bat, roast beef.
So, are you sure he wasn't the concession guy?
I don't know. It's funny because my wife ate that before we got there at that Charlie's restaurant. Roast beef and gravy. She really did. So her turkey and gravy. Anyways, he just kept saying it like when they got hits or something like that. It was his hit word, and it was just annoying to me. We were losing. It was cold. I'm tired. I got to drive home, So my kid got up to plate. I think it was the 4th inning, and he hits a 2-run double. It hit the wall. 2 runs scored. And usually when he does something good, his name's Lucas. I go, Luke. I'm screaming, Luke. But I kept doing it like he was. Luke. I was screaming it. And, the parents know from his team that I do that stuff. And my wife got so mad. She goes, can you stop that? You're embarrassing me. I go, would you rather me say gravy? And then everyone looked at me. So no one would look at him when he's saying roast beef. I scream gravy and they're looking at me. I don't know. That's all. I thought it was funny. But it just happened yesterday. A fresh rambling story.
That is a really good rambling story. I'm still thinking he was trying to get attention to the concession guy.
Just the voice was piercing and a big guy and just annoying, And thank God we won because it really wouldn't have been fun. But that's all I got from it.
That's a good one, though. All right, everybody. Oh boy!
Good time.
Yeah, see everybody see what Kelly set up there.
Where?
Yeah. Message in RPPC ship. I was asking 28 guy said he's never paid more than $3 per card in 30 years of collecting. Thank you for sharing and have a nice day. I like that. That's a little nicer than I would say. Wow. You'll need to share those. I've never paid more than 3. Well, you're never going to have this card in your collection, will you?
Exactly.
Those were 6 months $3 roast beef. Nice.
Good times.
Nice. All righty, everybody. Thank everybody for coming on out. Hopefully your sales do improve. Again, I will be heading on over to Springfield, Ohio. So wish me luck. Hopefully we have a haul video from over there. Mrs. Papergoy will be doing the filming. So there'll be a lot of shots from the...
as I said, from your chin up.
What's wrong with you?
Why? What's wrong
roast beef!
Gravy.
So, yeah, there'll be a lot of shots of the show itself because when I do it, I get really self-conscious about it. And I take like 14 seconds of video. I'm like, what's enough video? She just walks around, takes a video. I guess she's willing to be seen with me out in public. So how can she get embarrassed when you think about it?
Really
when you think about it. Yeah, so there'll be a lot of video over there.
I'd love to hear her rambling stories, to be honest with you. She's got some doozies.
That's not. Probably be seeing New to You Provisions over there. Anybody else over in the Ohio way, check the show out. Come on up and say hi to me. Do check Whatnot out on Tuesday. And the following Thursday, we also have the book auction up. Should be a lot of fun for everybody. Mashed potato!
Set of fries! Fun times.
Good times. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Yep. And we will wish us luck on the big deal that we're working on. Hopefully that goes through. It's pretty much done, but we just
you got to do this one.
Fava beans.
You're not gonna do it like the movie?
No, I'm not gonna do it like the movie. No, I'm not doing it like the movie.
Good times. There we go. I lured you into that one.
You did. You couldn't not. All right, everyone, we're getting a little loopy. I got a 6-hour drive tomorrow, so hit the like button and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.